And welcome to our first lesson in Module 4. This is all about your online dating strategy. And as I mentioned in the introduction, I think it's really important that you use both online and offline tactics in order to get the result you want. It's all about spreading your options as widely but as intentionally as you can to make sure that you're likely to meet your ideal perfect partner. Now, with online dating, of course, there's a whole range of sites and mobile apps that are available these days. Some are more geared towards casual sex or one-night stands, whereas others are more about genuine relationships. You need to find the site that meets your needs, so I recommend doing some really thorough research here. Now, let me declare my bias right here, right now. I openly endorse eHarmony for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it assesses your values and personality. This is the stuff that's really important. So matches are presented to you based on your alignment with values. And as you would know by now, that's very similar to the way we approach things here within the Date Ready project. I also must say that I work with eHarmony and represent them in the media, so I have a really good understanding about how their site works, and I guess a lot of the pros and cons of online dating too. So that's on a professional level. On a personal level, I also have a strong affiliation with eHarmony because this is where I met my fiance, and now I have an eHarmony baby. So I'm very biased, but I can say it works. I'm a walking, talking success story for eHarmony and for online dating in general. However, I would encourage you to find the right site for you. Now, last week you upgraded your personal dating brand, and now you have a clear picture about your values, your lifestyle preferences and deal breakers, and a new way of communicating who you are. This week, we're going to convert these into action. And let's think about how we can actually take this new knowledge and apply it to your online dating profile. Now, what I'd recommend is you use this information to quite literally guide the way you write and present the details on your profile. For example, with your highest values. Without saying, these are my values, find a way to reflect your values in your profile. Now, the best way to do this is by providing specific and interesting examples of the way you live your values. So, for example, if your highest value is health, you might give an example about the interesting types of foods that you eat or the way that you exercise on the weekend. Next up are your lifestyle preferences. And as you know by now, this is about the way you actually apply your values in your everyday life. So in addition to highlighting the things that you like to do in your profile text, it's also a great opportunity to include photos that show you doing the things that make you happy. Use the photos as an opportunity to actually demonstrate your values in a very tangible way. People have a very emotional reaction to photographs. So if you can actually show yourself the way you want to be seen, you can actually use that as an emotional hook. And the right people who have similar values and a similar lifestyle will be really attracted to that. And of course, it's your opportunity to express the essence of your brand in your profile and to make some really intentional choices about the way you communicate who you are, which of course in turn will have an impact on the type of people that you attract. Now, what I recommend you do as well is to, when you've finessed your profile, take it to one or two close friends or trusted confidants and just ask them the question, does this reflect the real me? Because remember, what we're aiming for here is authenticity. We're not looking for a, Hollywood style you. We're actually looking for something that really resonates and that is a really honest reflection of who you are. And your good friends are the best way of testing that out. Now, I have been accused in the past of not being very romantic when it comes to my strategic dating approach. But I have to say, despite that, and I understand why people say it, I believe that if you put all of these techniques in place, if you apply an intentional, conscious, strategic approach and really get very, very focused on a quality rather than quantity approach, by the time you get to a date, you're actually going to have a higher level of romance and chemistry because all that groundwork's been done. But I'm sure you can see why people accuse me of being unromantic. And I'm probably going to reinforce that even further here because I have a spreadsheet to share with you. And I'm just going to jump into it right now and guide you through one. Just bear with me and I can give you an example. Okay, so here we are. As you can see down here, we've got the tabs for online and offline. And this is a tool that you can download that you can use as a way of keeping track of the people that you're communicating with online and also dating. So let's have a look through this example. You can see here this person lists the name of the date that they've met online, the site where they met them. So first impressions, a couple of positive points and maybe some questions that have come up for this person. Now here you can see you would enter in the actual name of your highest values, 1, 2, and 3. And here you give them a score out of 10 for each one. Here you do the same for your lifestyle preferences, 1, 2, and 3. And here's your opportunity to list if any of your deal breakers are present. So in this example, there were none. So here we go back to the qualitative approach. So a couple of notes here about what happened when you sent an online email or when you started communicating. Any notes about phone contact, first meeting here. And you can see here it adds up the overall score and gives you an overall values and lifestyle score. And then, of course, you can pop your next steps in here. So, yes, perhaps not very romantic, but in terms of being intelligent in your dating approach, I think it really will set you ahead. So that's for you to download. Go ahead and do that. So it's time for action. What I would like you to do is to select the right dating site for you, keeping in mind that if it is a real, meaningful, compatible relationship that you're looking for, and I suspect it probably is because you're here in the Date Ready project, I would recommend steering clear of any of the instant gratification style apps, often found in mobile apps. You're more likely to find a compatible partner or a deeply matched person on a more relationship-geared site. So that's just a little tip from me. Either create a new one or update your profile and pictures to reflect your values and your brand. Now, I'd like you to select a dating buddy. This is such a great idea and it gives you support and confidence throughout the dating process. You know, one of my clients had a dating buddy and whenever she arranged a date, her buddy would arrange a date at the same time. The girls would meet up after their respective dates to compare notes and debrief their dates. This really helped her feel more confident when she was on her dates and enhanced her feeling of security and safety, knowing that she'd be meeting up with her friend later. So I'd recommend giving this a go. And then it's time for action. This is what I would like you to do this week. Via your online profile, make contact with 5 potential dates. So that's not necessarily voice-to-voice contact. Online is fine. This is about using your intelligent, strategic approach to make a smart choice about the people you choose to communicate with. So you're essentially looking for people who you predict will have good alignment with your values and lifestyle and who won't show any of your deal breakers. I would like you to arrange one mid-afternoon coffee date or roller skating date or skiing date or surfing date, whatever kind of date you like, whatever suits you and your values. But I'd recommend making it a mid-afternoon, maybe 1 hour date. So here's the challenge that I'm throwing to you. This is your online dating strategy, getting your online profile up to date and to get it really accurately reflecting who you are as a person, then to put it into action and meet one person. Enjoy.